Greetings, friends. John Posey here. And again, we've had a great week. Much of the week has been focusing on two things. Focusing on the upcoming prayer breakfast. What is the prayer breakfast about? It is about creating momentum so we can continue our expansion. We did a North Atlanta City launch. It was very, very successful. We added a number of men to our developmental process. This is all about leadership development, personal growth development. If you're under 40, we're developing you in your business, your spiritual life, and your relationship. The Christ-centered businessman living an integrated life, spiritually integrating their faith. And then in relationships, how do you build lasting relationships at home? Tonight I'm going to be talking to a young man who's preparing for marriage. So how do we build lasting relationships in marriage without sacrificing our career or vice versa? We can build a fantastic business and a career, and also build an amazing marriage and a family life. Young men need to know that. So we look to men over 40. And in this area, we want to help a man with his calling, with his team, with his legacy, CTL. Calling, you're called of God as an ambassador for Christ to represent him, to be an image bearer. Team, you need to build a strong team, starting with your home team. So there are a lot of times men who've been married for years need some sharpening, need some encouragement, need some renewal. And so we help men develop in those areas. And then legacy, starting with your children, discipling your own children, having a plan to do that. But then reaching out beyond your family and being a disciple maker or spiritual reproducer, as found in 2 Timothy 2:2. So we have a plan for men of all ages, and we bring these multi-generational communities together to prepare the next generation, this millennials and Gen Zers, to go out into the marketplace, do exceptionally well in business and in their careers, and use that platform of success to share the gospel and live the gospel out where the world needs to see it, right where people are, where they're spending 50 to 60% of their time. We need to take the gospel to the marketplace. And so this prayer breakfast is the top of the funnel. It starts with events. Then we move those people into community, then into life on life, to ultimately they become a spiritual reproducer. The other thing that we've been doing this week is we have been reviewing and looking at how are we raising up leaders to launch new cities. We have Peachtree City coming up November the 6th. We're going to have a young professional info session in the Gwinnett County area with Jason Davis. He's the leader for that area. And he's one of our graduates. So we're seeing pouring these young men back in January 2021. Now many of these young men are stepping into the roles of leadership to lead the Christian Businessmen's Connection. And we have an amazing time out in Gwinnett County. Jason came to a company, and at that company, he did a devotional. I was so proud of him. And then he turned around, and then we talked about using that space to have teams to do events. This company, Southeast Restoration, a fine company, they want to be sponsors, and they want us to use their facilities for the expansion of the gospel ministry. So now we're looking at Gwinnett County. And so this is why we need partnership. We need you to help us. And the prayer breakfast helps to do that and expose people so we can build more partners. But I also want to take the challenge, 100 monthly partners by October the 1st. Now, I have a partnership video that I would like for you to watch in this email. And it'll give you a breakdown of what it is we're doing, why we need your partnership, why we need your help. We need wind under their wings. And when you have the funds to do that, you can do that. So I look forward to talking with you more, answering your questions. If you have not registered for the prayer breakfast, do it now. Do it now. And if you have registered, thank you for registering. Reach out to others. Let's fill this place, the Cobb Energy Center, with 500 plus people there. And let's have an amazing time together as we are building an army of multi-generational, multicultural, spiritual producers impacting the marketplace with the gospel of Jesus.